In relationships, words hold immense power. Often, the things a person says can reveal deeper truths about their mindset, emotions, and how they perceive you. While not every offhand comment should be a red flag, there are certain phrases that consistently indicate underlying toxicity, lack of respect, or selfishness. If you ever hear these statements from a woman you're dating, they might be signals that it's time to reassess your relationship and possibly leave. Today, we'll explore 7 things women say that should make you consider walking away. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm, logical, and centered. As you listen to these points, remember that your self-respect and mental peace must always come first. Lesson 1. You're not good enough for me. When a woman makes a comment like this, it's a direct assault on your self-worth. It suggests that no matter what you do or how much effort you put into the relationship, it will never be appreciated or valued. Stoicism teaches us to recognize when external opinions don't align with our internal values. When someone demeans your character or dismisses your worth, it's time to reflect on whether this relationship is supporting or undermining your personal growth. This statement often stems from a deep-seated superiority complex, insecurity, or manipulation tactic. The underlying intention is to make you feel inferior so that you work harder to please them, hoping to earn their approval. But here's the truth. No relationship should ever make you feel that your value is conditional. A strong, healthy bond is built on mutual respect and admiration. In a Stoic mindset, you are encouraged to maintain your inner tranquility, even in the face of such provocations. When someone tells you that you're not enough, don't take it as a reflection of your true value. Instead, see it for what it is, a reflection of their own ego and issues. You are always enough as long as you remain true to your principles and character. Leaving such a relationship is a sign of strength, not weakness. Lesson 2. I wish you were more like him. This phrase introduces comparison, and comparison is toxic in any relationship. Whether it's comparing you to an ex, a friend, or even a celebrity, this statement reveals that the person is focused on what you're not, rather than what you bring to the table. In Stoic terms, this person is fixated on externals, things beyond your control, rather than appreciating the value of the person right in front of them. When a woman compares you to another man, it creates an environment of constant competition. Instead of building each other up, you end up trying to chase someone else's idealized version. This is a losing battle because the bar will always shift, and no matter how much you change or improve, it may never be enough. According to Stoicism, we should focus on our own actions and character, not on how we measure up to others. If someone in your life cannot appreciate you for who you are, and if their words constantly point to other people as superior examples, it's time to question whether this relationship is aligned with your values. Respect yourself enough to walk away from situations that diminish your worth. Lesson 3. If you really loved me, you would. This phrase is a classic example of emotional manipulation. It's designed to guilt you into doing something you may not be comfortable with, or to test your loyalty and commitment in unhealthy ways. Stoicism teaches us to avoid being swayed by emotional extremes and to act according to reason and virtue. When someone tries to make you prove your love through conditions and ultimatums, they are engaging in control rather than partnership. Love should never come with strings attached or tests. Real love accepts, supports, and respects boundaries. When a woman uses this phrase, it indicates that she may be using your affection as a tool to get what she wants, often at the expense of your personal boundaries and well-being. It places you in a position where you're forced to choose between your values and pleasing her, which is unfair and emotionally draining. In such situations, it's essential to step back and evaluate the relationship from a place of logic and self-respect. Ask yourself, is this love or is this coercion? Don't allow someone to manipulate your emotions for their benefit. A Stoic would recognize that love is not about proving oneself through acts of sacrifice or compliance, but about mutual understanding and respect. Lesson 4. You're too sensitive. Being told you're too sensitive can be incredibly invalidating. It dismisses your feelings and undermines your emotional experiences, making you feel like your concerns aren't worth acknowledging. In a Stoic context, this phrase can be a sign that the person speaking it lacks emotional intelligence or empathy. While Stoicism encourages emotional resilience and control, it does not advocate for emotional suppression. Being in touch with your emotions and expressing them is a part of being human. If a woman regularly dismisses your feelings by telling you that you're overly sensitive, it's a sign that she is not willing to engage in open, respectful communication. Relationships should be spaces where both partners feel heard and understood. If your emotional concerns are met with derision or minimization, it's a clear indicator that the relationship may not be healthy. Rather than questioning your emotional responses, consider whether the other person is capable of offering the understanding and empathy you deserve. Lesson 5. I don't need you. While independence is an admirable trait, a partner who repeatedly claims they don't need you is sending a different message. It's one thing to be self-sufficient, but it's another to dismiss the importance of mutual reliance in a relationship. In Stoic philosophy, we understand that while we should strive to be emotionally independent, relationships require interdependence, a balance of give and take. When a woman says, "I don't need you," it's often a way of asserting dominance or control. She may be trying to make you feel less important or to suggest that she could walk away at any moment. This can create an unhealthy power dynamic where you constantly feel like you're on the verge of being discarded. In a balanced relationship, both partners should recognize their importance to one another without veering into emotional dependency. If someone constantly tells you that they don't need you, it may be time to leave, as it indicates a lack of appreciation for what you bring to the relationship. Lesson 6. You're holding me back. When a woman accuses you of holding her back, it's usually a sign that she is projecting her frustrations onto you. Rather than taking responsibility for her own choices and actions, she blames you for her lack of progress or success. Stoicism teaches us to take ownership of our own lives, knowing that external forces don't control us. Our reactions to those forces do. If you find yourself constantly being blamed for someone else's unhappiness or lack of achievement, it may be time to step away. It's one thing to support your partner's growth, but it's another to become their scapegoat for every setback they experience. In a healthy relationship, both partners take responsibility for their own lives and work together to support each other's progress. When a woman tells you that you're holding her back, it often reflects dissatisfaction with her own life. In Stoicism, the philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, thoughts, and emotions. You cannot be held accountable for someone else's inability to pursue their goals. If your relationship is built on blame and projection, it's time to reflect on whether it's conducive to both your growth and peace of mind. True partnership means growing together, not resenting each other's pace. A person who is quick to accuse their partner of being the problem, rather than acknowledging their own choices, lacks the accountability necessary for a healthy relationship. If this becomes a recurring pattern, it might be time to walk away and focus on cultivating a life where you are both respected and valued. Lesson 7. You'll never find anyone better than me. This phrase is a blatant form of manipulation and a red flag for anyone in a relationship. It aims to instill fear and insecurity, making you believe that this woman is your only shot at happiness, companionship, or love. A Stoic mindset encourages detachment from such external validations, reminding us that no person should have the power to define our worth or limit our potential. When a woman says something like this, it's usually rooted in her own insecurities. She may believe that by making you doubt your ability to find happiness elsewhere, she can keep you in the relationship, even if it's unhealthy or dysfunctional. This form of psychological manipulation is a tactic to maintain control. Stoicism teaches us that self-worth comes from within, and that no external person or relationship should hold dominion over our happiness or sense of value. If a woman feels the need to convince you that she is irreplaceable, it's often a sign that she is aware of the relationship's toxic dynamics. Trust in your ability to find joy and fulfillment, even if it means walking away. Conclusion. Relationships can be challenging, but they should never erode your sense of self-worth or force you into emotionally manipulative dynamics. If you recognize any of these statements in your current relationship, it's worth taking a step back and evaluating whether this partnership aligns with your values and well-being. Stoicism teaches us to stay true to our inner peace, resilience, and principles. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is walk away from a relationship that no longer serves you. Thank you for watching.